And welcome into Bon Appetit 2022. We want it to be a new you in 22. It starts with one thing. We always eat every day, so let's be putting some good things into our body. Even a box of these Triscuits, what they do is to make the box look real pretty. Helen Jones is with us today. You're at the Auburn Extension, the Montgomery County part of the Auburn Extension, a licensed dietitian. And Helen, we were talking last week about when we started to read all the ingredients, but then also we eat to get some nutrients into our body, some vitamins, and those are very necessary too, aren't they?
Yes, they are, because as you get older, your bones, you might have osteoporosis,
yes,
like that. So you want to look at those
see if
nutrients,
there's calcium
in it, if it's protein in it, iron and potassium. So those are the nutrients that you want to get more of. So you want to look at that, like for this one on the label here with these Triscuit for the vitamin D, see, it's 0%. Calcium, it has 10 milligrams, but when you look at that percent daily value, only 0%. So you want to look at those nutrients and get more of those. You want that percent value to be a little bit higher than that. The iron is 8%, the potassium is 2%. And remember, when I talked the other time, I said with that percent daily value, if it's 5% or less, that means it's lower in that nutrient. So you want, with these particular nutrients, you want to get more of. So you want that percent daily value to be high.
And it's not high on those.
It's not high on those. Yeah. Let's see if these Cheerios. Okay, the Cheerios have, it has a lot of the vitamins in this one. For instance, the vitamin D is 15% when you add your milk. And the milk that they have on the label is the skim milk.
Okay.
So if you, the calcium is 20%, which means it's high in that particular nutrient, because
and that's good because that's good for your bones.
Right, for your bones. And then your iron, if you have low blood, you want to get more iron in your diet. So the percent daily value of the iron with the skim milk is 20%. So you want to also look at those nutrients, because those are the nutrients that you want to get more of. Okay.
Yeah, and we're always there's a thing that's out there that's called empty calories. Because you're putting, everything you put in there, are calories.
Calories, right.
But they've got to be calories that do what they're supposed to do rather than be empty calories.
That's correct.
And that's amazing. Now, we need to make a little bit of a disclaimer. We're not trying to tell you don't or do things, but make sure you're reading it, because, we were just talking about serving sizes. These are Pringles, and nothing against Pringles. I mean, I've had them, and they're good. So, but you've got to take it. Most people say, "Well, I can eat this whole can," but this is 2.5 servings in there. It means 2.5 people could be eating that, or you could take one serving and then a little later have a serving size and then do something different. But this is very high in sodium.
Sodium, yeah.
Yes.
This one is very high in sodium. And now with this particular label, and it might not be on all packages, but it'll tell you the serving amount of calories for the serving size. And the serving size for this is only 16 chips.
Right.
Who's going to open this up and just take out 16 chips?
Well, it's very interesting, because I think on the Triscuits, and it's a thicker chip. But it's more crunchy, and I think the serving size on this is what?
15.
15. So you can have, you're going to get full pretty quick on doing this. So a lot of times, if you want to do something, if you cut that and just ate 5 or 6 of them, if it's enough to satisfy you, you're doing yourself a favor.
Right.
Yep.
And another thing you can do too is take it out of the package. Get your plate and put your serving size on the plate.
Yes.
And that way you're getting your serving size instead of eating out of the the package. But as I was going to say earlier, with this particular label here, it tells you how many calories in the whole can. If you eat the whole can of Pringles, it's 360 calories. But if you do the serving size, 16 chips is only 150 calories.
Right.
So you want to look at that label because it tells you everything. It helps you with your health, and it tells you just how much you need.
You know, and of course, a lot of these things, like especially with the Pringles, this is basically a snack.
Right.
You're having that as a snack. So if you can say, if the serving size is 12, and you can do just 6, and just eat them slow, eat them a little bit slower, and then you say, okay, well, I've had some. That's just 75 calories.
That's
You know,
correct.
so you're really helping yourself as much as you possibly can. And in a lot of cases like this, you're going to take a Triscuit, put a piece of cheese on top of it or
Right.
something. And of course, that's a whole nother ball game
Okay.
we can talk about there with dairy and some of the things that we can do there.
Yeah, and
So-
you can get the low-fat dairy products because, you know, the dairy, that's where you're going to get your calcium. It's from your dairy products.
So if our viewers want to go to the website or to call you, they can call you and you can give them information about how to set up it. We're going to have you come back in the next few weeks, and we're going to kind of maybe spell out a kind of like a week-long diet. Well, thank you so much. We're going to get you back, like you say, to show us some of these things. And remember, the extension service is there for you. It's through Auburn University, and all of their services are free. And we'll be right back right after this.